Hey, what's up guys? Jackson here at Toasty DIY, and today we're gonna be doing a little walk around of this 1994 Chevy C1500. So this is not just another project truck that I'm buying or anything. I'm actually selling this for my grandparents, and I think it's gonna sell really quick at the price that they're asking for it. So I figured before it sells, just on Facebook Marketplace, I'd go ahead and just do a little walk around of it, because it's kind of a cool little truck. So like I said, this is a 1994. It is a single cab, and I'm honestly not sure about the bed size. It could be a short bed, or it's like a regular size bed if I had to guess. I don't think it's like a long, but yeah, I'd guess it's probably about a 5'7", maybe 6 foot bed. It's pretty cool though. I do like the kind of double step side. So you have one here, kind of on the, basically each side of the wheel. You have a step side, and on the back we got a pretty heavy duty bumper. I don't really know if this would be factory or not. I did see on the back here that we have, Santa Fe, and I noticed that there's a manual inside the truck for that, and it talks about conversion. So I'm sure maybe someone in the comment, down below can let me know. I almost wonder if it's kind of like a, third party company that would go through and upgrade the trim level, maybe add some stuff to it. And I figured, hey, maybe this bumper could be part of that. But we do have a pretty nice receiver package, so I imagine you can probably tow some decent weight with this truck. And it is just a V6 and it's just rear wheel drive, but I will say that my step grandpa did some cool stuff to it. So he did do a disc brake conversion in the back. We got some red calipers. Oh, and they're even, look at that, they're drilled rotors. That's actually pretty funny. Oh, they're drilled and slotted. All right, this thing's ready to go to the races. But other than that, I think the truck's pretty original. I think he also did the brakes in the front as well, which these are just factory disc. It looks like, I'm trying to see, those definitely look like factory calipers too. It looks like we have like an aluminum kind of like slot mag as far as the wheel goes. A little bit of corrosion here and there. These tires I think are actually like 2 or 3 years old, but they were like almost brand new because this was just kind of like a little work truck for them, but they didn't really need it because he had a company truck. So I think they bought this kind of thinking for around the house, kind of, when they're doing yard work. And I think it only got driven a total of like 3,000 miles in maybe 4 years. I'll pop the hood in a second here, but yeah, just showing you guys the outside. They actually have a new fiberglass topper on here too, which is pretty cool, or a fiberglass bed cover. And it's assisted too. It actually has gas shocks, which is pretty cool. He's got some really big logs right now that he said were to kind of add some weight in the back. Okay, they've got some plastic sheeting in there as well to kind of help slide things in and out. Bed's a little bit scratched up, but it's honestly, I've never really looked at the bed on this. It's really nice. It's very metal, but it looks like it's in really good shape. It still has the factory silver on it. And like I said, this is a brand new fiberglass top that's really not been on there for very long, and it does seem like it locks pretty well. Standard tailgate. I think that these look definitely aftermarket. You got like the chrome brake lights, and then we do have the, I don't know if that's a factory spare. No, it looks too new. Could be factory, but it definitely is in pretty good shape. Factory spare. Really the worst part about the outside of this whole truck is definitely the cab corners. So this side's not quite as bad, but you can see we got some pretty bad rust. It's kind of eaten through. The good news though is this is just a standard truck where you have a separate frame. So luckily it's not super structural to the truck, but that is something that'd probably be worth addressing unless you're just buying this truck simply to use for working. You can see this side, like I said, it's a little bit worse. But it really, the extent of the rust, I believe, is that I've looked under it and I haven't really noticed any like floor pan rot or anything like that. The glass is all good in the truck. We have some factory tint up top, kind of help with the sun. And the interior in this truck is in wonderful shape. I believe that the previous owner actually even had the upholstery redone. And you can see whoever did it did a really good job. So we have cloth seats with leather trim. And yeah, good job on it. It's a factory bench seat, which is pretty cool. And it does have the third seat belt, so you can actually fit 3 people in this. I will say the third person won't be super comfortable because we have this right here, which I don't think that, yeah, this wouldn't have been here at all. So someone added a little center console that it's actually made out of wood. So that's kind of interesting. So you can see here we have a radio, which, it's an okay install. It's a doubled in. It does work. It has Bluetooth, has a disc changer and everything. You can change the lighting on it. So yeah, it's a nice radio. I think it's, what brand is that? Planet Audio. So Might be kind of a no-name brand. I don't really know. Or actually, no, Planet Audio. I thought it said Polk. Yeah, I don't really know much about this. I don't know if this is a good brand or not. It might just be kind of an eBay special. But it is there. It looks like whoever did this little install too, they actually added, look at that. Wow. So some modernization. We have a USB port and a cigarette lighter porter, just a 12 volt. The wheels do come with the lock. So aftermarket lug nuts that are locking kind of make it a little bit harder for theft. Carpet's in wonderful shape. The e-brake does work. Hood pop works. The release for the e-brake works. All of the lights and turn signals from just the day that I've owned this truck seem to work fine. You know, windshield wipers are there. They're pretty new wipers. Look at the headliner even. Headliner's like perfect on it. We even have the dome light working for when the doors are open. One thing that's kind of cool with this truck being a 94 is, you know, a lot of this is electronic. So we have electronic windows, electronic lock. We just have a basic key, so we don't have like a key fob or anything. But yeah, definitely very, you know, somewhat vintage, if you will, American. It's kind of funny to think of this as vintage 94. But we are at almost 210,000 miles on the clock. We got just, you know, regular fuel. All the gauges appear to work. I will say they don't really reset, so I'll have to fully check that. Because you can see the oil pressure is just sitting in, you know, 30 psi, which is no way because it's not running, and the temp definitely isn't correct. So I'll have to check if those fully work, but I do know that the charging and fuel gauge work at the least. We do have, you know, the blend doors and everything work. AC and heat seem to work pretty well. We do have a glove box that does actually have some factory stuff in it here. So we actually got the, like I said, the Santa Fe owner's manual. We even have this where it was bought, which was actually bought in Louisville, Kentucky, so I think it's been here its whole life. And then we even have the original Chevy manual, like the leather booklet, which is pretty cool. So yeah, the interior is probably one of the nicest parts on this truck, to be honest. But I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood, which, you know, really the whole truck's very nice. If it didn't have that rust in the bottom cab, which here you can see a little bit better with the door open, if it didn't have that rust, this thing wouldn't be too far off from a show truck, in all honesty, or just a really good factory example. Oh, the only other thing too, the hood does have, you know, some paint fading over time. There's really no clear coat left on it, in all honesty, but it's still there, and I will say it has a nice little patina to it. Factory hood does actually stay open on its own, has a nice little spring mechanism, which I will say, I like this a lot more than the typical shock absorbers that you have to replace. I'm not sure if this light here works or not. That's cool. We have a little inspection light. That's a, you know, feature a lot of older cars had up until kind of more recent. The engine, like I said, it's a V6. It's a Vortec engine, Chevy. So I don't honestly even know the liter off the top of my head, but I will say it runs pretty good. I'll actually start it up for you guys, but you can see, you know, factory AC, factory heat, all that good stuff. I don't really know what else has been replaced. I do know it's kind of due for an oil change soon. I think it's about 300 miles over, but I know that, you know, it's been changed within their possession. They generally take really good care of their vehicles. Looks like we do have a factory charcoal canister here, which, yeah, it looks like, okay, that's just supposed to go to the air cleaner, so no big deal. But yeah, one hose is missing. I'm trying to see if I see anything else here. Obviously, a little bit of oil on the valve covers. I don't really know the status of if this thing leaks a ton of oil or not. I know they were keeping it in their garage though, and I never saw a puddle of oil on the floor. So, you know, that's definitely a good sign that it's not leaking much. If it is, we got a fairly new battery as well. So, you know, new battery, new tires. I believe a new air filter or newer. Like I said, the brakes all the way around are fairly new. And you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and start it. The only other flaw with this truck, and this might also be a common, you know, era issue, is I know that when you go to put this thing in park, sometimes you have to kind of do it a couple times, or else it'll actually be like sitting in neutral. So that's a cold start, by the way. We're about 40 degrees outside right now, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Like I said, radio comes right on, works well. We got a little LCD display here for our AC and heat. Yeah, you can see here we're looking at 14 volts pretty much on the dot for charging. Our oil did go up, but I do wonder if it's supposed to be sitting at 0, and you know, maybe right now we're looking at like 30 or 40 psi. It could be accurate though. This gauge did go back down too, so I'm assuming our temp gauge actually does work. So RPM's looking good as well. Mile per hour speedometer does work to my knowledge. Like I said, the shifter issue, I don't believe the transmission's like you know, it's not going out or anything. There's just a problem with the linkage. But yeah, I'm gonna hold the mic a little closer. Honestly, it kind of purrs. For a V6, it sounds really good. I will say, you know, because, you know, when they brought it over to my house the other day and it was warm, you know, it idles a little low. Not like it's going to stall out or anything, but, you know, you do feel like kind of almost like a 4-cylinder rumble, where it's not like a V8 where it's super smooth, especially when you put it into gear, you know, and your torque converter kicks in, your RPM kind of drops down a little bit. But like I said, that's just being full honest. It feels good though. So that's definitely a good sign. And I could definitely see this truck having another 100,000 miles on it, believe it or not. But yeah, currently the asking price for this truck is right at $5,000, which I think is actually pretty fair. You know, I don't know a ton about, I'm not a big American truck guy, but just based on kind of looking at some comps, it seems like a pretty good price that they're asking. And like I said, I'm kind of just helping them do the sale and everything. I'm keeping it at my house to sell it for them. I'll basically be doing everything besides the title transfer. But yeah, she's a good looking truck. In all honesty, if I didn't have a truck, I would probably just buy it from them. And I probably wouldn't do much to it. I honestly probably would not even fix the rust. I would just make sure everything is mechanically perfect on it, and I would just drive it until the engine dies or the transmission dies, you know, one of the two. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of the truck. You know, would you pay $5K for it? Do you think that's under, over? I will say I just listed it last night on Facebook, and I've gotten about 20 messages. Nothing super official. I've had a couple people offer me like $3,500, and I'm kind of like, well, you know, maybe. But I did just list it, and I got about 15 other people that are still, I'm still waiting to hear back from. So I'm gonna give it at least a couple weeks before I drop the price. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Like I said, you know, I'm not going to be keeping this truck, so it'll very likely be gone within a week or two. But just wanted you guys to see it because I think you know, all vehicles are pretty cool. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to check out Toasty Bros, Toasty Clips, check out PC Bros YouTube, and if you want to buy a PC as well. See you guys later. Peace.